Today is Wednesday 17th. I arrived to Cyprus on the 9th of May. I've been here for 8 days, played 6 tournaments. First 3 tournaments I made it to the money, and the last 3 tournaments I haven't cashed, but I've been very close to cash even on those 3 of them. So I got to play a lot of poker here. It's been literally 12-hour days. It just feels like that it's been really good because I've had a lot of chips in many tournaments. I was 13 chips twice when there was 20 players left. I came 16th twice on those ones. This is why poker is such a popular game, that anyone can come and beat the best players and win a 2-day tournament, for example. There's enough luck for anyone to run good, having a lot of winning hands. And so I'm really big fan of tournaments. Tournament pokers are a lot of fun. My personally best skill, and what I've been doing basically my whole life, 100 times more, it's been cash games for me. And cash games has been my bread and butter. I played the highest cash games that there has been since 2001, 2002, something like that. So like 20 years. And just the recent few years I haven't really played online because online poker has a little bit changed. So nowadays there's more difference with live poker and online poker regarding what factors goes to play. Online poker, there's so much information and numbers. And live poker, you don't get any statistics. So you're gonna be playing pots live, where you have to calculate how much there's in the pot, how much your opponents have, all these kind of things. And live reads are a big part of live poker. A lot of these kind of things that I would say many people ignore, of feeling the energies of other players. Like in every single hand you can feel something. Your opponents are a little bit weak or a little bit strong. However, they their body languages or the betting sizes, like there goes a lot why we make decisions how we make with live poker, and betting sizes are obviously the most important thing. But yeah, online poker is pretty much a game of just numbers, and live poker, there goes all these kind of physical aspects that you're able to get more information from your opponent. We're just walking to the draw ceremony for the 200K Invitational. So Triton came up with this format, and it has proven to be very successful. So basically how it works is that there's 50% businessmen in this tournament and 50% professional players. And the businessmen, they invite a professional player to this tournament. It doesn't mean that you will share the profits, whatever you cash, but there's all kind of deals that you make with your partner who invites you. And it's also a nice size. It's 200K buy-in. So the last time I played with Santos, with the Indian player, and unfortunately we did not do too well. And Santos is having a great trip now. He already won 1 tournament here, and he's been making few final tables.
And Patrik Antonius, his partner. I haven't seen Patrik yet. He might be in the gym. Just one last workout. Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, he's actually here. You're not eating, which is amazing, Patrik. I believe it's been a continuous experience
you're the businessman, right?
for many of us thus far. And touch. Table 2, seat 3. Patrik, where are you at? Looks like table 6, seat number 1 with Haxton and Ivinger. Thank you, gentlemen.
Today is a big day. Today is when we start playing this 200K Invitational. The pros will play against each other through the whole first day, and the same with businessmen, they will play against each other. And day 2, we're gonna combine all the players here. All the businessmen and the pros will be mixed together. And then it's a 3-day tournament. I actually feel really confident. I'm used to playing against the best and I enjoy the competition, and I'm ready to play. We'll see how it's gonna go today. First level, not much happened. I'm even. Next few levels will be on TV, and then they're gonna switch one of these tables. So basically, every table gets to be on the stream. Everyone can watch it pretty much live from the Triton stream. They do an amazing job. Amazing commentators, amazing everything. The top quality content. So, anyways, it's gonna be a long day, and we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna go. Good level. Played one in big hand. Got a big bluff through, so worked out. I had Jack 10 of hearts on the big blind, and Dan Smith raised from the cutoff, which is the second last position. 3,500, button called, small blind folded. I had Jack 10 of hearts, and we were all very deep at this point, early stage of the tournament. I 3-bet to 17,000 here. So Dan 4-bet me to 45,000, and I decided to call. If I hit my hand, I can win a very big pot. So it's Jack 10 suited is a pretty good hand to play, even against aces, against kings, against overpair. So I called. The flop came 4-5-9, a rainbow. There's no flush draw, and I checked the flop. And Dan decided to check behind me. I'm aware that he can check aces behind, or kings, or even top set nines. But at this point, I put him on ace king, ace queen, one of those hands that he could check behind and just play it slowly. Turn came a 6. Turn brought a flush draw also, 2 diamonds. The board was 9, 6, 5, 4. Looking at Dan's stack, he had about 200,000 left. I decided to bet 45,000 on the turn. And with this bet size, from my point of view, I don't really have flush draws too often. At least I don't prefer to play my flush draws in the way that if I bet the turn and I get raised all in, that I have a lot of regret of folding. I would not have the right odds to call with my hand. So I would choose to play a flush draw on this spot, rather check calling or check raising all in as a bluff. So I decided to bet 45,000 on the turn. Dan decides to call. He continued with his hand. River came 3, and it gets very interesting here between good players, because also Dan knows that it's very unlikely that I would have a flush draw there, even though I can have it. And he doesn't have, I know that he doesn't have any deuces or sevens in his range. So it's very difficult for me to have kind of air in this spot. Bluffing the turn with just no draw, having nothing is very unusual here. And so the 3 was a pretty much perfect river for me to keep representing a hand that would beat his ace high, which I thought he would have. So there was 200,000 in the river in the middle. And I looked at Dan's stack, he had about 150 left, something like that. And I decided to bet 65,000. It's a good size, it's a size that I would choose to value bet all kind of hands. If I have pocket 10s, pocket jack, pocket queens, I can easily have pocket aces also. So I bet 65,000 on the river. It's only 1/3 of the pot, a little bit less even. And Dan is not really my favorite guy actually to bluff. I respect him as a lot as a player. I think he's very intuitive player. He reads the players well. He reads the game well. But many times in these kind of spots, I end up being against these kind of players who like to stick around with their hands. It's funny how poker just plays out in that way, that
I faced a lot of situations like this when I'm in the hand and I end up bluffing a guy that is not really one of my favorite players to go after in this way. So Dan, he used 2 time banks and really went through the hand, and eventually he decided to fold, let go his hand. So that worked out really well for me. That was a key hand.
That, my friends, is world-class play from one of the original poker players of all time, Patrik Antonius. What a legend.
Yeah, I was having a really good day today. Everything pretty much went well for me until the last 5 hands. I lost a very big pot to Isaac Haxton. He made a 2-pair, which turned into a full house. That was over 300,000 pots. So I had 550, which would have been amazing for today, starting with 300. But I have 379. Gotta be happy. Always gotta be happy if you have just more chips than you started on a day like this with playing with the best pros. And you know, these tournaments you cannot win it in the first day, so it's just only a beginning. Yeah, here we are on the pool side of Merit. It's day 2 in the 200k Invitational, and just having the same routine, having my morning coffee, then I have a workout. But yesterday was very a good day overall, playing against all the top pros. Finished the day for 375,500. So 380k going today, which is great. I would be always happy after day 1 playing with the best pros, as long as I have more than I started with in a tournament like this. So the way I see it, that's today the real tournament really starts. Today we're gonna play a long day. Yesterday we had only 8 levels of play, and today we're gonna mix all the businessmen with all the pros, so it will be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to just gonna finish my coffee and hit the gym and go to play. Every day I do same things in the beginning. Core, glutes, abs, back. I'm actually coming out of a lot of injuries. I had last year, one of the worst shoulder injury I had. 8 months I was rehabbing my shoulder, and I still have to strengthen it even though it's basically healed. I started with 1 kilo weights, the same exercise. And it was actually really heavy because I had nerve damage, and obviously the muscles are not contracting and firing, and I'm back to 3 kilo, and 3 kilo is pretty heavy. Try to do this exercise yourself. 3 kilo is pretty heavy to lift all the way up and back. I'm dead. Yeah, I just busted on the last hand. That's why I'm here to making a rebuy on this 200k. Pretty unlucky turn. Opponent had only 4 outs, which he hit on a turn 9. Made it not straight. I had top pair ace with the straight draws. Too much money in the pot, I can never fold after I bet the turns. There's no regret. Thank you very much. Let's see if the second ball at 12 be better. This tournament has one of the best values for high rollers, so it's better to go right away back in action. Welcome back.
Table now, right? Yes.
Better seat now. 6.
I have a pretty decent table right now. We mixed all the businessmen with the pros today, so pretty much every table has half of the players are businessmen and half of them are pros. There's 87 entries, so they closed the registration now. Nobody can enter after this break anymore. And there's 56 players remaining. Will be big prize pool. I think winner is gonna take around probably like 4.5 million, I think. So we'll see. I mean, there was one big hand that I won at the end of the last level. I had 9s against ace king and I 4-bet on that pot pre-flop, and my opponent 5-bet all in and I called. I had too much money invested and managed to win that one. That was very important one, obviously. It was close to 500,000 cheap spot. You get unlucky somewhere, you get lucky somewhere. That's poker. Like these kind of tournaments are really one of the nicest tournaments that gets everyone's adrenaline going, and I wish we would have more of these kind of events, but it's also nice if we have these like 3-4 in a year, so it kind of builds up and everyone is really pumped up to play. This is what I live for as a poker player, and want to be where the biggest action is, and I always want to be playing on the highest level of competition.
Rock, paper, scissors.
What do you have there? One finger.
Sorry, because I was concentrating. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
I'm a dunk on this. Good game. GG. $24 left. It's another redraw. Too bad I just had to play my big blind, so I lost 50k on that. Played a little bit slower, saved like 30 seconds or 60 seconds. I would have saved that 50k, which is kind of a big deal. These kind of things sometimes make difference in tournaments, especially if you are hurting with your stack size, if you don't have a lot of chips or your medium size. I could have played a little bit time in this case. These are like kind of little things that in tournament strategy can become in use. Everything is a big deal at these stakes. Everything is worth so much money. I'm here with a good friend, Nacho Barbero. He's one of the best South American players. You just kind of came to this high stakes tournament scene like a little bit over a year ago. Yeah, I don't know anyone who's had more success than you've had. You've had so many final tables. You won one in Vietnam.
I won one of the Triton. I came second and 2. I should have won them. I had them only 3 times on each one, and like 3 flips and 370-40 my favorite. 70-30 actually, and so yeah, I really wanted the second trophy, but it is what it is. I've been running super good, and like I'm happy to get it that deep.
You made a final table at Bahamas large field also.
Yeah.
Year or so.
Yeah, it was the biggest tournament of my life. 25k, 4 million for first. It was kind of a bummer. I was chip leader with 4 left, and I finished 4th, but I still won like 1.550, and it was an amazing result, the biggest of my career. So I'm very happy about it.
But anyways, good luck, and
let's go, Patrik.
let's go. Hopefully we'll final table.
Yeah, we will.
Good luck. Good luck.
Ace of Hearts on the turn does now present an additional 9 outs for Stephen Chidwick. Jack or a heart needed. Doesn't come. The 6 of clubs on the river means we're going to lose Stephen Chidwick on the stone bubble of the 200k Luxon Invitational.
Feeling good. It was obviously a roller coaster day. Didn't start so well. I busted my first buy and, lost a lot of hands, won a lot of hands. There was some period in this tournament where poker was really intense, when it was like 17, 18 players left, 4 or 5 from the money. Played a lot of hands,
which took a long time and was very intense. That was key moments that I managed to win some hands there. I mean, it's amazing. I have 4 million going to the final table. I think I'm third in chips or fourth. Really tired now, but very happy. I mean, these are the moments that we play for. This is what gets my adrenaline going and my competitive nature. Usually a lot of players, they have maybe tough time sleeping because they're kind of excited and nervous, but I'm gonna pass out right after the shower for sure. But now gotta go sleep. I really need to get some rest. Yeah. Have a good night. We're gonna stop playing in 45 minutes. I just have my coffee. It's important for me that I get like 15-minute workout in, get a little bit blood going to the muscles and oxygen to the brain. Wakes you up nicely, and quick shower, and then we go to play. Let's hope that today is nothing really unlucky is gonna happen, and let's hope for kind of a smooth day. That's all I'm asking, so we'll see. We always do these little interviews and pictures before the final tables, and almost done with that.
Come on, go to work. Go to work. This man has been one of the most feared poker pros on the planet for the better part of 2 decades. One of the game's biggest winners, hailing from Finland, it is, of course, Patrik Antonius. All guaranteed $481,000 for a 9th place finish. First is worth $4.56 million. I wish you all good luck, shuffle up, and deal.
First 2 levels finished, it's just like I assumed. So everyone is playing very conservative and tight because it's just the nature of the tournament that every player we lose, you get more prize money. So the ICM pressure is very big. We're also very close to each other with stack sizes. Like I feel like I don't have a lot of chips, but I'm second in chips currently. But there's like, we all so close, 3.3, 3.3, 3.2, 3.1, 3 million. So it's anyone's game in this way. I lost a big pot earlier, almost 2 million pots. There was nothing I could do. Early in a tournament, I had ace-jack on the big blind and button with 11 big blinds went all in. So yeah, this is something that you cannot avoid. 2 big hands, so the money goes in kind of automatically, but very unlucky to see ace-queen, and I lost that one, so that put me down to 3 million from the 4, and then I've been just playing small pots, and I have 3.3 million now, so it's looking decent. As like I said, it's anyone's game. Even if you end up winning this 200k, there's no really time to celebrate. You're gonna pretty much jump into the 100k main event after, which is never easy to play after you play a long tournament that you go far. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be on the other side of these kind of big hands colliding against each other. That's where the luck factor comes to play.
Ace or deuce were needed on the end, and instead it's a 9. So Ben Heath will be the first casualty here at this final table. Aces turn into top set as the case card rolls off. 7s need to hit running quads. Why can't we wear 0.1%?
No, diamond's not lying.
Goes to 0. And ace-queen similarly draws dead. A massive triple up for Duttweiler. Turn presents the nut flush draw, and oh so many outs for Sean Winter. Club, 10, king. Can she avoid it in a 5.1 million chip pot? No, it's the red 10.
GG's.
Can Lee wipe the sweat from his brow and take his seat, or will Hajiev vault back into a big lead? The answer is the latter, as the ace of clubs on the end, giving lead top set, but Hajiev the nuts required to draw live, but unavailable, as the seven of hearts promptly sends Punsri showing love to his fellow combatants. And Sean hunts a snowman to stay alive. Is it there? No. Instead, it's the ace. Outkicked is Sean Winter, who really gave them all he could handle, Henry, but in the end, forced to accept fourth. Antonius. Poised to drag 3.1 million. Telling Tobias that he had a 10. Turn card does present a bit of an issue in the form of a wheel.
Such a dirty way to be eliminated.
Stop it. Behave. Oh my god!
GG. I thought I was...
Three of diamonds on the river. Runner, wheel.
Good game. Good game.
Sign here. I don't know if you would like to leave maybe anything for stuff.
If anybody can pick people better than them, I can.
Pick, yeah?
Signing for 2.1 million, third place. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, profiting 1.7 mil. So the main event 100K is on its way. It's on a break. I'm gonna take a little break and come to play in like an hour.
Yeah, man, come on. You with 3 blinds, you made it to top third place, right?
I mean, you did a lot of favors from me of playing like how you play. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the way you have to
but
play
look,
big stack, right?
But you did amazing. I was really surprised how nobody else really came to play. I would argue with a lot of players' strategy today that
Mine you like?
you know, yeah. I mean you were risking in some spots, spots like this king deuce and stuff.
Yeah.
But look, like you came to play, you deserve to win. Like this is how you play if you're gonna go after it.
Thank you, bud.
And you know, I have to say, like with these tournaments, it's really rare when you go out that you would kind of feel happy about the result unless you win. And I'm pretty happy with this third because I never had a lot of chips today after I went down. It worked out. Sometimes you have to play with this kind of tournament strategy just to survive. Other players managed to go out, which happens. So in this way, it worked out really well. Still, the last card took away from me like almost a 3 million pot, so I could have even won it all. Really cannot complain. So anyways, gotta start focusing for this 100K now and maybe better result there.